13 News. This is breaking news.
We begin with breaking news. Fitchburg police have identified the suspect in yesterday's stabbing homicide as 39-year-old Rodney Golden from Madison. Police found a rifle and 500 grams of fentanyl in a search warrant at a Sun Prairie home. They are still looking into the source of the gun and drugs. Police say Golden and the victim knew each other. Golden was booked on a Department of Corrections warrant from an extended supervision violation. Police say the victim will be identified by the medical examiner. People who were at the bar on McKee Road at the time of the incident may have witnessed it. If you have any information, Fitchburg police ask you to call.